Hello everyone, welcome to another Champion Spotlight. Today's guest is an unholy warrior, born from the stuff of nightmares, and the second mythical champion to be given a spotlight. Meet Embrys the Anomaly. You may remember Embrys from our Chimera overview video. His champion fragments drop from Chimera chests. Naturally, he's a force to be reckoned with, and he comes with a rare trick up his sleeve. Let's take a closer look. Both Embrys' base and alternate forms have passive skills that give him access to Necrosis. It's a debuff that damages the enemy team each turn, and gets stronger as more of their champions die. There's no way to block or cleanse this debuff other than reviving fallen allies. So in his base form, Wrongful Existence provides a single stack of Necrosis whenever Embrys is present on the field and one of the enemies is killed. All Necrosis stacks will be activated at the beginning and end of Embrys' turn, which means even more damage. Just keep in mind that Necrosis does not work on bosses or the minions that come with them. Necrosis debuffs play into all Embrys' other skills as well. For example, the Anomaly's base form default skill, Fetid Glaive, is an AoE attack that destroys 3% of each target's max HP and increases the duration of a random debuff by a turn. If the target is under Necrosis, it won't be able to resist the debuff duration increase at all. Voidstare lets Embrys place a True Fear debuff for 1 turn, and a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns on all enemies, then grants him an extra turn. Both of these debuffs become irresistible if the targets have Necrosis stacks on them, making it easy to soften the enemy up if you pick your moment well. The Unmaking is what makes Embrys a truly terrifying foe to face in PvP. He will attack all enemies, replace any stone skin buffs with True Fear, change block debuffs to block buffs, then replace all other buffs with a mirrored debuff, and steals 5% of each target's turn meter per buff converted this way. Oh, and he'll decrease the enemy's turn meters by 20% for good measure. And best of all, these effects can't be resisted if the enemy team has any Necrosis stacks on them. Hit the enemy with this skill when one of them is down, and they'll be at your mercy. Even if you need to fire the Unmaking off early on without any Necrosis to buff it. Giving Embrys enough accuracy will ensure he remains a terrible threat in arena or siege battles. Being a mythical champion, Embrys has a Metamorph skill that transforms him into his alternate form and provides an extra turn. Nothing out of the ordinary. When Embrys takes on his alternate form, he becomes a tough damage dealer, as opposed to his base form's support role. He'll still apply Necrosis stacks whenever an enemy champion dies, but he won't make them tick twice per turn. Instead, should Embrys die while in this form, his Degenerator passive will reflect half of the fatal attack damage back at the attacker, including surplus damage. That's quite the nasty surprise. And once per 5 turns, any fatal hits will be preempted by an instant revive on death buff that Embrys places on himself. Like any self-respecting nightmare, he's difficult to get rid of. Unmaker's Blade is the default skill for Embrys' alternate form. It allows him to attack one enemy, striking twice if the target is under Necrosis, and will apply a block revive debuff if the attack is enough to kill the target. Atomize is an AoE attack that lives up to its name. It's a pretty hard hit that deals double damage to champions with accuracy lower than Embrys' own. And if their accuracy is higher, the attack ignores 50% of their defense instead. You just can't win with this guy. In general, alternate form benefits from high accuracy a lot thanks to the skill's multipliers increasing his damage with that particular stat. Finally, we have Embrys' last skill. Your life is Forfeit. When used on another champion, Embrys will swap his HP with the target. When used on a boss, the skill will heal him fully and fully restore any destroyed HP. No matter the target, each use of this skill increased Embrys' ability to ignore defense by 10% while in his alternate form, stacking up to 50%. This bonus only works for the alternate form, but good news, it won't reset as Embrys metamorphs back and forth. If that's not enough, he gets an extra turn. What fun! Like in his base form, there's nothing special with his alternate form's Metamorph. It's nice to know at least one thing's normal with this mutated freak. To top it all off, Embrys has an aura to increase all HP by 35% in all battles. If you need to be extra tanky, he'll be the leader you need. With all that in mind, let's talk strategy and gear. Embrys excels in PvP, be it the arena or siege, His ability to turn all buffs to their mirrored debuffs is insanely good on its own, even before you account for the fact he can counter Stone Skin. But Embrys is no slouch in PvE either. Sure, Necrosis won't help against bosses, but it will do wonders against champion waves in Doom Tower or Cursed City, and his alternate form has enough tricks to take on bigger enemies as well. In terms of stats, you'll definitely want a ton of accuracy to get the most out of Embrys' base form before Necrosis begins stacking up, and to increase the damage he dishes out in his alternate form. As always, here are a few gear set suggestions to give you an idea of what could work for this mythical champion. And that's about it for the Spotlight. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more awesome raid goodies. Until next time.